And as more elderly people are expected to live alone, another key concern has become how to provide the right kind of food to improve their quality of life while catering to their changing tastes. Our Lee Ju-young has the story.
It's dinner time, and at 90-year-old Lee Chun-ho's house, some of his favorite dishes are being prepared. They're mostly soft and easy to digest, like fish, duck, and soybean paste soup. He says now, eating instant products is something he has trouble doing.
They're made for young people, so they're not fit for us. In my case, I tend to avoid them because I start having trouble with digestion. I can't really eat hard food like meat either because of my teeth. Just 2 to 3 years ago, I used to even drink some alcohol and coffee. But I think as I age more, everything, including my tastes, are changing.
Yi is just one of Korea's 6.9 million seniors aged 65 and above, which is about 70,000 more than the number of children aged below 14 as of the end of last year. And with these elders projected to take up about 14% of the total population by the end of this year, senior-friendly food, specifically made to ease their eating problems and improve their quality of life, has become a must.
With the regular diet, they're not able to get the right nutritional balance. Particularly for those with swallowing problems, the number one cause of death at hospitals is pneumonia. That's because even when they drink water, it may go down their airway. These are all the reasons why we need senior-friendly food as a solution.
One country that's arguably the most developed in terms of the senior-friendly food industry is Japan. After roughly 20 years of research and development, the government came up with a system of food labeling that classifies products into 4 different groups based on their hardness and stickiness so that elderly consumers can pick and choose depending on how well they can chew or swallow. In Korea, though, it's only now that related bills are being proposed, with the proportion of these senior-friendly foods only making up about 1.5% of the total domestic market. But its growth potential is considered to be huge, having surged nearly 55% over 4 years and reaching $697 million in 2015. This is why large companies are actively investing in health functional foods. In the case of Korea Ginseng Corporation, it has a specific brand called Cheonnok, and its products are said to help relieve fatigue and quickly restore energy. The ginseng company says over $44 million worth of Cheonnok products were purchased over the past 2 years, mainly by Koreans in their 50s and 60s.
It's become pretty clear that seniors are now taking better care of their health, since they don't like to depend on their children or anybody else. That's why we released this Cheonnok line with people in their 50s and 60s in mind. Also, given the strong performance in sales we've seen, we believe the market will expand even further.
Apart from many large companies that are now actively expanding their presence in the health functional food market, social enterprise Well-Union makes packaged meals called hyoban, being the only company in Korea that specifically caters to seniors with chewing and swallowing issues.
Just talking about it doesn't make a difference. There needs to be an alternative. So I thought we could make food that safely goes down the throat and not the airway. In Europe or Japan, these foods usually take the form of jelly or pudding. But food also needs to go with the culture. If we were to give our elderly jelly or pudding, they wouldn't think of it as a meal. So we decided to add viscosity to congee so that it only goes down the throat and not down the respiratory tract.
Being low in salt and full of vitamins and minerals that help with metabolism, this konjijuk comes in about 20 different flavors and is currently being distributed to about 10 senior care centers around Seoul and the surrounding area every day. Well-Union was recognized for its excellence as a social enterprise by the Seoul Metropolitan Government in 2016 and says its ultimate goal is to set up a systemized nutritional care network for seniors. It also sells its products at its own restaurant built for the same purpose, offering meals at half price for people aged 65 years or older. Experts say despite this being an industry with massive potential, major food companies remain cautious as they associate it with risks due to the sensitive nature of their target consumers.
In order to make food for the elderly, a system should be introduced that attracts more firms that want to invest. That being said, I think the government needs to support policies that are promotional by nature, not regulatory.
They also add that companies need to acknowledge Korea's rapidly graying population as a major social problem and strive to make social contributions that can provide more support for those in need. Lee Ju-young, Business Daily.